It's an excellent start.
He dropped his arms and, got a bit careless.
Nice up. Through his career, he had trouble with Bob and yourself. He was
So we're expecting him to come in here full of contact at range. I think I'd like to see him sit back, but Usyk really just finding his feet.
trying to get his own
He is also, he's got bags of experience, amateur.
Usyk, nothing landing at all just yet.
But if it's not working at range for Tony Bellew, he needs to then try and close it like Usyk, who's so technically proficient and so busy. Super series. Super series, but he knows this mammoth task in front of him.
Bellew grabbing, centre. Bellew starting confidently.
Cause everybody problems. I don't care what you say. I mean, doesn't mean to sit back and just pot shot and hope to still it. But you see Tony Bellew come off the back of the two David Hay fights.
Does he turn it into a double?
Usyk in open box so well behind that southpaw stance, and he's just trying to close that gap now. Usyk just fakes and with his work doesn't really look for power. Usyk
Let himself get backed up, gloves high.
Doesn't mean you always lose against them, but it's hard to get the sparring against these left-handed fighters.
Poorly, Dave. Thoughts on the only round?
The door you get close there where you can't drop like a
Tragically lost wife Rachel in one of the boxes here tonight. She doesn't normally was telling us the other week. He fancies Bellew strongly. Alan Booth thinks he's got it. Still a bit cat and mouse, Carl. Bellew switching to southpaw, one of the first times I've ever seen that for his long career.
Underestimate Tony Bellew's boxing ability. If he doesn't want to drive and counter it from Tony Bellew, nobody expected this. And this is all part of a performance.
Bellew says, it's a warm-up, Usyk. A really good opportunity here as he tries to work maybe for the last time, Tony Bellew. Alexander Usyk trying to cement he's unified the division, but he says he's going to land his big punches, confuse Usyk, not let him get set. But when they get it close,
Bellew can kind of take his time for a couple of rounds and set on Tony Bellew early on.
It's an excellent start, and he wants Usyk to engage. And so
and he just, nonchalantly shakes his hands on his head.
all caught, and it's the first time ever that all four men's shoulders he wants to move up to heavyweight. He wants it. Bellew talking about that in the build-up, that Usyk's been hurt to the body as an amateur.
And moving circles, not in straight lines, he's good at it, so Usyk's...
Alexander Usyk takes centre ring and comes out fast.
Usyk unsure, he's not confident in committing with anything. And there's Tony Bellew on it.
It's a confident start this from Bellew.
Really confident, he's setting traps, he goes over that reach. But Tony looking for power to the body and landing. Also with the right hand.
Many in Britain want Tony Bellew Joshua. That's the dream for the tight team from the Ukraine. Trader predicted Usyk by late stoppage or
start to land some shots. So Bellew will be waiting with that right hand. Usyk in, he's trying to draw him in so he can land a big counter punch, and here he comes.
Many in the Ukraine and around the world. This is meant to be the showcase fight.
With full effect. I mean, we just caught the end of that one there, but as Usyk straight away on his back foot.
These right hands
Between these two at the minute, and it's understandable. I mean, there's so much at stake. Tony Bellew punches
the tricks of the 12-round distance. His feet really well, Bellew, when most people felt it would be the other way around.
Box and move very proficiently and, with expertise. So those step draws closer. Bellew will be waiting for that counter punch. And if he can...
At the moment, and he's avoiding the big left of the southpaw. It's good shot from Bellew.
Too worried about the power of Usyk, so he's able to take the odd chance. But Usyk, I don't think will fall into
his best mate Vasilonachenko. What Alexander Usyk. Usyk unbeaten, but he's walking into these right hands.
Good, in Manchester against Tony Bellew, who's got the backing of the crowd. This is unknown territory. Another great round for Tony Bellew.
Once again, this is what I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting Tony Bellew to make Usyk feel the pressure that he's got to create something. Everybody expects him to be this great fighter.
Usyk has plenty of time to get it.
A bit of a standoff, but
Oh, big left hand from
he wants
Usyk.
this up close, but he could do it getting it up close a bit later. And coming into this. And look at the performance we're getting. Usyk now is having to force this. And
Usyk not allowing that. But that's good stuff from Bellew, takes it.
well, if Bellew switches off against somebody like Usyk,
He's going to go in the fourth. Nice right hand as well. Usyk, he's got the grip down on his gun shield there. Alexander Usyk.
that right hand, and that's what he's looking for. That right hand right there.
Big shot from Tony Bellew. Marco Huck marries Pranis Murat Gassiev. Stop Huck.
As Usyk backs him up, and he knows he's got to change it up now. He's been probably told. Oh, a good right hand there from Tony Bellew on the receiving end. But Bellew's power in that round, he had moments of success, but to try and get something going. While Tony Bellew's able to sit back and land good punch on, it becomes Tony Bellew's fight. But Usyk doing the right things here, backing up Bellew. Well, Tony Bellew knew that he landed that right hand there. He certainly felt that power. If it's not bothered him, he will keep coming forward.
But how much confidence will that give Usyk? The fact that he heavyweights like Joe Joyce, a machine, so many calling him Usyk.
He dropped his arms and got a bit careless.
Nice left hand from Usyk. Back comes Bellew.
The results of fights and say, he would probably beat him, but nobody's giving to.
Right hand from Bellew, just overreaching it on Usyk, who we saw give Vladimir Klitschko loads of trouble in sparring a few years ago.
Well, really hotly up now. Tony Bellew landing big shots.
Look at hook from Tony Bellew. Usyk floored in the amateurs with punches. Is Bellew better than them?
Well, you can't.
Usyk.
That's the danger. If Usyk finds a home for that jab, he'll be able to win.
Alexander Usyk writes poetry, loves solving puzzles. And this is better from the Ukrainian, and he's trying to set up the big left hand.
Well, he knows jab land.
Still the right hand from Bellew. Hasn't seen much of the left, but you've got a lovely, quick countering left. The class is beginning to show.
With combinations off that jab, Tony Bellew does not want to sit there and let southpaw jab out, so that slows the punches down.
But doesn't Bellew want it in a
Start heating up as his fight goes on. Good right hand from Bellew.
Usyk trying to dig the punches in. Left hand gets through. Really,
and doesn't have much of an effect. And starts to feel the pace as it goes on then. It's bad news. Styles, as we know, it's an old cliche, but they really do make fights.
Let's get over to
The shot. I thought Tony went in a couple of good shots that round, but I thought Usyk won the round.
Totally agree with you, Paulie. I thought that was Usyk's best round. I think he really found his range. Bellew did have success, but Usyk growing in confidence as well. To his family tonight, the ultimate challenge in what he promises is this. He has not let him get settled. Nice work from Bellew as he moves around him. Very subjective, of course, scoring a fight. The free kick.
Carl. I definitely think those the first and the fifth round are the two shining
The pair. Carl has Bellew 3 up.
Looking for the right hand, he's able to jab again. But he is getting...
Once you get clipped to the chin and your body becomes weaker and they start having more effect. Also
And the left hand working a treat for Alexander Usyk, who has definitely stepped it up dramatically. Tony Bellew.
Bellew knows exactly what he's doing. He's got bags of experience. He's a top quality.
in the last round, and he started to throw it differently.
I've got to be honest, I'm looking concerned for Tony Bellew here on his back foot as he sits Usyk, because Bellew using a lot of energy. He's thinking a lot and he's loading up with big power shots. Usyk, I feel...
Lost some of the rounds, though, recently, the British fighter. Usyk, and he's teased us all week, hasn't he? Not telling us his tactics, saying, I'll just go and knock him out, but many...
The way this is going, if this carries on, you expect it to start to turn towards his 2, 3 and 4 to Tony Bellew, without any question, really.
I scored it exactly the same.
And starting to really get his boxing into cruiserweight belts on the line, the white and yellow of Alexander Usyk, who has...
It's a massive ask, and I think David Hayes got something to say here. Well, we'll see. I mean, it is very close. I got Bellew ahead because round 2, 3 and 4 was good, but good right hand
From start to finish from Alexander Usyk, it's been anything but. Tony Bellew has not let his... Dave Cornwell's got the tactics right against David Hay a couple of times.
They're very tired as Usyk backs him up here.
Comes back with a call.
He is, yeah. As at the same time, Tony Bellew looks like he's starting Tony Bellew, and that's the danger for Usyk if he sits there. But he smiles as that lands.
It's the body language, and it's the physical manoeuvring around the wing.
He's playing possum, but I doubt it against somebody of Usyk's quality, because that would be dangerous.
I gave Tony the first 3 rounds, guys, and I haven't given him a round.
At the end of that round, his corner must have said, let's start working Tony Bellew's body.
He can put you off and you know, take that confidence away.
To 6 than he did 1 and 2, Alexander Usyk.
Usyk starting to wear down Tony Bellew now. We can see that the
Ring of Usyk now. Bellew backed into a corner again. 11 knockouts on the slate for Usyk in those 15 wins. Bellew and at heavyweight, as we saw against David. And now he's going for it. Tries to turn it into a dogfight, but he lost the round.
Yeah, I'll give that round to Usyk.
Again, it's his left hand Usyk throws. He has been throwing it mainly straight. Now he's starting to throw it from the side. As we see in this replay here, it's coming in an arcing way, and it's changing the trajectory of the shot. Adjustment Usyk has made. The mental pressure on coming off the ring has been very, very consistent.
Phil's many picks for the best that's ever lived. Alexander can punch. Care of Tony Bellew, but it's looking brighter for the Ukrainian, much brighter.
Yes.
He believed that he would counter-punch, that he would try and outbox Bellew, even if he is losing these rounds.
backing off with blood coming out of his mouth. Looking at it consistently over 12 rounds, the size of him, it's a difficult ask. And you know, the longer
Bellew up again into the neutral corner. There's that left hand.
looking a bit unsteady on the legs, Tony Bellew, looking like he's wearing down. And these jabs
So that Usyk wants to finish his cruiserweight reign here.
On the right hook and countered and landed on Usyk as he was punching.
And now he's being backed up with right hands that are landing. Tony Bellew's tactics are good. He looks like he's breathing a bit on Tony Bellew. He's starting to wear him out. I mean, for Bellew to be able to throw power shots consistently.
Shown a great chin at cruiserweight.
And these jabs and left crosses now, like that one, to send the blood splattering.
Yeah, big left hands from Alexander Usyk, in trouble for Bellew. Here
The punches from Usyk, and you can see Tony Bellew wearing down, still looking for that right hand. Still, he's really closing this gap with real, you know, minimum effort. Good shot.
Three lights out for Tony Bellew. Dave Colwell straight in the ring. I think he's going to stop it. And Alexander Usyk finds the answer and cements his place as the world cruiserweight king.
The end of 2 minutes of round number 8. The winner by knockout victory, still undefeated and still the undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world from